and welcome to the first episode of the Audio Elgin podcast. This is Abigail Fritz at the Elgin Depot Museum, and today we'll be hearing Sydna Arbuckle speak about the origins of the Hogeye Festival. Could you tell me about some of the community traditions that you remember?
The things that I remember the most were some of the festivals that we had, and one of them especially was the Jamboree, and it was celebrating the harvesting of sweet potatoes around here. I don't know if we even have sweet potatoes grown here now, but it was a big thing. And the school would have things that we participated with, Halloween festivals, May Fates, things like that. As far as Elgin having like the Hogeye Festival they do now, they didn't have it. They would have parades, they would have certain emphasis, and they would have some kind of celebration. But as far as a traditional thing, I did not participate. They may have had such, but I don't remember it.
You mentioned that the Hogeye Festival hasn't actually been around for all that long, so could you tell me how that got started?
It was a very small one, and I don't know if it was started by the Chamber of Commerce or how it was started, but it's been within the last, 20 years.
Where did the name Hogeye come from?
Well, the Hogeye name is interesting in Texas. This area was as far north as the Stephen F. Austin land grants went. And there was a community about 2 miles south of Elgin, which was known as Young's Settlement. It was a thriving little country community. At one time, it even had 6 doctors in the town, and it was a stagecoach stop. And one day, the stagecoach came through, and this guy got off, and the stage stop out there was a big house, and it was the Litton family house. And he got off, and he had a fiddle with him. And, of course, with no cable TV or even radio, anytime you could find an excuse to have a dance or a gathering, people wanted to do that. They saw his fiddle and they asked if he would play for a dance. Yes, he would. So they came together, and the story is that they danced, and all of a sudden they realized that he was playing the same song over and over. And they said something to him, and he said, that's the only song he knew. Young Settlement was also known as Perryville because Perry Young was the son of Michael Young, who had started Young Settlement. So people would say something about Young's Prairie or Perryville, which is the same place. And it got down to, where that guy, he played that dance. The guy that played Hogeye. And that's how the name Hogeye stuck to Young Settlement. My mother had written a story about Young Settlement and about Hogeye. And one of the professors at the university had come in and had talked to Mother about it, since she was very interested. When she came to Elgin from Eastland, she started interviewing or making friends with the older women in town, and she learned an awfully lot. And so this Mr. Ramsey, Grover Ramsey, heard that she was really wanting to know things, and he came to her and he said, I have the music to the original Hogeye. So she called me, and I went, and I have the tune of the Hogeye and the words. And so, yes, I have volunteered at school and a lot of things. And you better believe that I have always told the story about what Hogeye had come about in Bastrop County. And I teach them the words. Oh, the Hogeye man is a man for me. He was born way down in Tennessee with the Hogeye, with the Hogeye. Here comes the man with the Hogeye. Here comes the man with the Hogeye. All I want is a Hogeye man. And I have no idea what a Hogeye man is.
We'd like to say a big thank you to Sydna for being on the first episode of the Audio Elgin podcast, and to you, the listener. If you enjoyed this episode, hit that like and subscribe button because we will have more content uploaded soon. Or come visit us at the Elgin Depot Museum, open Wednesdays through Fridays from 10 to 2, and on summer Saturdays from 1 to 4.